You want to show them the other interface, because a lot of people, this is the only interface they know of, but there is a completely different one, and that's the list view. Now, I believe it's been a while. I don't use this one. I have a lot of clients that do, but this one is truly alphabetical, and then obviously you can sort by all these different different side menus. But I believe the remote actually has a page, so you can jump faster than just going left and down and up, if I remember right. I don't use their remote very often, and now they don't even include it with the systems anymore, which is kind of funny. But I believe it had a page button where now you're going full screen, full screen, full screen each time, correct?
Yeah, actually, I've got it. It's working intuitively here. The channel up and down on the
so now you're jumping a full page at a time to that. So that makes it where you can go pretty fast. And then obviously, like this screen allows you to sort, so you can go over there to rating PG, click that, and it will sort every movie by rating. So if you were like, oh, I want to watch something with my kids, but I can only watch something that's a certain rating. Or you can go over to an actor, that like, hey, I want to see all the movies by George Lucas, or all the movies with this actor in them. It'll do that. And that's really cool if there's something that you want to key in that tight too. But
I
like
like
another popular one.
I like this view a lot. I think so. This has some of that kind of cool software development features. The way that we tend to use this to most is usually by time. If like we get down here, I've got a bunch of stuff downloaded. It's like, all right, kids, we've got 90 minutes. So, let's sort by time and pick something that's less than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Not too many movies on here, less than an hour and a half right now. But whatever the time might be. And I think it remembers a little bit of when you pick the major sorting category, it kind of jumps between, and you can pick specifically within when there's sub elements, right? I'm choosing within these lists of actors and directors. So
I've always kind of found it a little funny that this menu, if you look at Kaleidescape in general, is rarely ever shown. Like they always love to use their title menu, but I feel like this menu has, like what you said, actually more software development in it than the main menu does.
Yep, it's the power menu.
Yeah, it's the power menu, but it has like the ability to sort, do all kinds of things, where the other menu is a little more cut and dry. So
the other thing you can do in here, which is pretty neat, I think, is define collections. So some of these come in automatically. New, paused, played. This is just metadata that the system keeps for itself. New being recently added movies. I just bought the most recent Planet of the Apes trilogy, just on sale for $10 a movie, I think it was. And I just recently downloaded a bunch of, bought some of the holiday stuff as well. Paused, let you jump right back into movies that you might have been watching before. Most of these are on this list because of like running demos and stuff. Played for the movies we've watched. But you can also make custom playlists or custom collections as well by basically, going to a film and adding to a collection here. And so you can create them, name them as you see fit, all just text boxes there. But right now, the only collection I have on here is Star Wars. And so we can see here you have the option to rename, delete, but it puts all the movies in the list that are in the collection.
And this menu actually has a lot of stuff, like you can create, playlists, you can create scenes, where you're could do demos where it pulls from different movies at different times and create, essentially demo loops. That you see this a lot at trade shows, where they'll have a demo for trade show X, and it'll have like a clip from 5 or 6 different movies in there, and then it makes it where you can just literally just replay that and stuff like that. And any user can do that. You can create your own playlists, things like that, where just scenes for demo. You could create another one where it'd be just kids movies, so instead of going through there, you just go into kids and all the movies. There's a lot of flexibility in there. And then if you go back to or actually click on just Phantom Menace there, The other one is like scenes, like where they already have pre-done scenes.
Yep.
That's always a nice thing. They don't do this for every movie. They used to, but now they stopped doing that. Like some movies don't have scenes.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
but
there's like a studio or two that holds back maybe on their ability to do it.
Yeah, they used to, like, all the studios did, and then now some of the studios don't want that done. I don't really understand the purpose of that, since you can still create any scenes you want. But
Right.
these are just some, like Kaleidescape has that way of, hey, these would be maybe some demo scenes that you'd like and things, and you can edit them and do all kinds of other stuff, or you can create your own at any time, and then it'll add to this list.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
another
love.
feature that's nice when you demo it. Yeah, for people, they usually have kind of the more obvious demo scenes in any of this. So
We'll do this. We'll use these a lot as well. When let's say the more assertive members of the household, myself included, are the first ones in the theater, waiting on the slower members of the household that are late for most of the things that they do.
yeah, yeah,
We'll just watch scenes of something for a few minutes while we're sitting down here, kind of waiting for the whole crew to start the actual movie that we want to
yeah.
watch. So it's pretty good being able to jump into like some kind of a favorite. Now I'll point out a couple things, I guess, some a couple key elements to this, and some of the areas I think that are areas for improvement. One is I would like to be able to order these. To my knowledge, there's no way to order this list. It's actually doing a little bit better of a job here with Star Wars, putting or keying off of or sorting off of the Roman numerals, maybe in a more intelligent way than the movie wall itself was doing. But still,
Hmm.
I'd like to be able to define my own order, because sometimes you might want to have things in an alphabetical order. Some things you want them in a release order, like maybe if it's a Marvel Marvel Cinematic Universe list, or you want your own order, like there's the the right order to watch all the MCU movies in chronological order versus release order. You could make multiple playlists and have, or multiple collections, and have them kind of ordered each way, but there's not specifically a way that I'm aware of to do that. And the other thing is that kind of the bigger weakness of this is it really only lets you collection things that are downloaded. And so
Yep.
that speaks back to the idea that really the best way to use the system is to have the entirety of your library downloaded. It unlocks the ability to do a couple extra cool things from a collection level that you can't do when most of your content, in my case 1,000 movies, are in the cloud. They're not on the server. And so there's ways around that. We've been long asking, I think in the owners threads and in the owners areas, to say, like, show us all our movies on this screen, right? Or give us an option to, right? Not everything has to be an absolute, but there can be a lot of options. Give us some settings to customize things, and let you run the UI and some of its presentation and some of its elements the way that we might want to. But I would love to be able to see the entirety of my library right here, and gray out the ones or something that are not currently downloaded, make a visual indicator kind of so you know what's what. With the 10-minute download, seeing the entire movie wall and being able to click one off to download is easy. But then by virtue of that, I would be able to put all of my movies into collections, and I absolutely would, like, as a I think part of the element of all of us that have these libraries of things is like curating them and being hands-on with them, and right, it is an experience of ownership and showing the things that we bought and that we like, and back to having discs or whatever it might have been on our shelves. This is the digital equivalent of that.